What up, what up, what up? It is your boy Jay Goble back at it again. Not Many Noble. Bible through in 22. What is today? The 13th, February? February 13th, the 44th day of the year. That means we've been at it. This is day number 44. Getting after it. Getting some. We're out getting some. And we have Exodus today. I think we're almost done with Exodus. I think we only have a few more days. Let me just double check here real quick. But we're in Exodus 37, and we're going through halfway through 39. Yeah, tomorrow's our last day in Exodus, and then we jump into Numbers. Good job us, I guess. Good job us. The children of Israel are now executing upon God's commands to build things for worship. Building the tabernacle, the tent of meeting, the Ark of the Covenant, the tables, everything that they've just been commanded. They are going to now build. And I know sometimes it gets a little, wait. This is the third time we're going to read about this. Like first time, hey, God said, hey, we're going to do this. And then Moses comes down and tells people, hey, this is what we got to do. And then now Bezalel, he's like, okay, this is what I did. But what it is. So let's jump in. Exodus 37, Bezalel made the ark of acacia wood. Its length was 2.5 cubits. Let's check a cubit again real quick. A cubit, 18 inches, so 2.5. Oh man, why did I stumble into this? So that's 3 feet. 36, 45, about 45 inches, long. If you're keeping track at home, that's just shy of, 4 feet. And it's width 1.5 cubits, so 2 feet wide. And 1.5 cubits its height, 2 feet tall. He overlaid it with pure gold inside and outside and made a molding of gold for it around it. He cast 4 rings of gold for it on its 4 feet, 2 rings on its one side and 2 rings on its other side. He made poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with gold. He put the poles into the rings on the side of the ark to bear the ark. He made a mercy seat of pure gold. Its length was 2.5 cubits and 1.5 cubits its width. He made 2 cherubim of gold. He made them of beaten work at the 2 ends of the mercy seat, 1 cherub at the one end and 1 cherub at the other end. He made the cherubim of one piece with the mercy seat at its 2 ends. The cherubim spread out their wings above, covering the mercy seat with their wings and with their faces toward one another. The faces of the cherubim were toward the mercy seat. That's where God is going to meet with his people. He made the table of acacia wood. Its length was 2 cubits, and its width was 1 cubit, and its height was 1.5 cubits. He overlaid it with pure gold and made a gold molding around it. He made a border of a hand width around it and made a golden molding on its border around it. He cast 4 rings of gold for it and put the rings in the 4 corners that were on its 4 feet. The rings were close by the border, the places for the poles to carry the table. He made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with gold to carry the table. He made the vessels which were on the table, its dishes, its spoons, its bowls, and its pitchers, with which to pour out of pure gold. He made the lampstand of pure gold. He made the lampstand of beaten work. Its base, its shaft, its cups, its buds, and its flowers were of one piece with it. There were 6 branches going out of its sides, 3 branches of the lampstand out of its one side, and 3 branches of the lampstand out its other side. 3 cups made like almond blossoms in one branch, a bud and a flower, and 3 cups made like awesome blossoms. The awesome blossom mate. I think that's an onion. I think that's an onion at Outback, something similar. That's the blooming. I can't remember. It's probably not. I think I need more coffee. Okay. 3 cups made like almond blossom in one branch and a bud and a flower, and 3 cups made like almond blossoms in the other branch, a bud and a flower. So for the 6 branches going out of the lampstand. In the lampstand were 4 cups made like almond blossoms, its buds and its flowers, and a bud under 2 branches of one piece with it, a bud under 2 branches of one piece with it, a bud under 2 branches of one piece with it, for the 6 branches going out of it. Their buds and their branches were of one piece of gold. The whole thing was of one beaten work of pure gold. He made its 7 lamps and its snuffers and its snuff dishes of pure gold. He made it of a talent of pure gold with all its vessels, about 66 pounds of gold. That's good. It's a good amount of gold there. He made the altar of incense of acacia wood. It was square. Its length was a cubit, and its width was a cubit. Its height was 2 cubits. Its horns were of one piece with it. He overlaid it with pure gold, its tops, its sides, around it, and its horns. He made a gold molding around it. He made 2 golden rings for it under its molding crown, on its 2 ribs, on its 2 sides, for places, for poles with which to carry it. He made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with gold. He made the holy anointing oil and the pure incense of sweet spices after the art of the perfumer. Exodus 38. He made the altar of burnt offering of acacia wood. It was square. Its length was 5 cubits. Its width was 5 cubits, and its height was 3 cubits. He made its horns on its 4 corners. Its horns were of one piece with it, and he overlaid it with bronze. He made all the vessels of the altar, the pots, the shovels, the basins, the forks, and the firepans. He made all its vessels of bronze. He made for the altar a grating of a network of bronze, under the ledge around it beneath, reaching halfway up. He cast 4 rings for the 4 corners of bronze grating to be places for the poles. He made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with bronze. He put the poles into the rings on the sides of the altar with which to carry it. He made it hollow with planks. He made the basin of bronze and its base of bronze out of the mirrors of the ministering women who ministered at the door of the tent of meeting. He made the court. For the south side southward, the hangings of the court were of fine twined linen, 100 cubits. Their pillars were 20, and their sockets 20, of bronze. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets were of silver. For the north side, 100 cubits, their pillars 20 and their sockets 20 of bronze, the hooks of the pillars and their fillets of silver. For the west side were hangings of 50 cubits, their pillars 10 and their sockets 10, the hooks of the pillars and their fillets of silver. For the east side, eastward, 50 cubits. The hangings for their one side were 15 cubits, their pillars 3 and their sockets 3. And so for the other side, on this hand and that hand, by the gate of the court were hangings of 15 cubits, their pillars 3 and their sockets 3. All the hangings around the court were of fine twined linen. The sockets for the pillars were of bronze. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets were of silver. Their capitals were overlaid with silver. All the pillars of the court had silver bands. The screen for the gate of the court was the work of the embroiderer, of blue, purple, scarlet, and fine twined linen. 20 cubits was the length, and the height along the width was 5 cubits, like the hangings of the court. Their pillars were 4, and their sockets 4, of bronze, their hooks of silver, and the overlaying of their capitals and their fillets of silver. All the pins of the tabernacle and around the court were of bronze. These are the amounts of materials used for the tabernacle, even the tabernacle of the testimony as they were counted, according to the commandment of Moses, for the service of the Levites by the hand of Ithamar, the son of Aaron the priest. Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, the son of the tribe of Judah, made all that Yahweh commanded Moses. With him was Oholiab, the son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan, an engraver and a skillful workman, and an embroiderer in blue and purple and scarlet and in fine linen. All the gold that was used for the work, in all the work of the sanctuary, even the gold of the offering, was 29 talents, and 730 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. The silver of those who were counted of the congregation was 100 talents, and 1,775 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. A bekah, a head, that is, half a shekel, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, for everyone who passed over to those who were counted, from 20 years old and upward, for 3,550 men. The 100 talents of silver were for casting the sockets of the sanctuary and the sockets of the veil. 100 sockets for the 100 talents, 1 talent per socket. From the 1,775 shekels he made hooks for the pillars, overlaid their capitals, and made fillets for them. The bronze of the offering was 70 talents and 2,400 shekels. With this he made the sockets to the door of the tent of meeting, the bronze altar, the bronze grating for it, all the vessels of the altar, the sockets around the court, the sockets of the gate of the court, all the pins of the tabernacle, and all the pins around the court. All right, so we got chapter 39 coming up here, and I guess we go to 31. It's interesting. Wonder why we're not reading all of it. It's not huge. It's 43 verses. Sorry, I didn't mean to yawn on you there. You're probably driving to work and you're like, man, you start yawning, I'm going to start yawning. And now I'm driving, trying to get up, trying to get ready for work. And you be yawning over here. And I'm like, yeah, sorry. All right. Chapter 39. Of the blue, purple, and scarlet, they made finely worked garments for ministering in the holy place, and made the holy garments for Aaron as Yahweh commanded Moses. He made the ephod of blue, gold, purple, scarlet, and fine twined linen. They beat the gold into thin plates and cut it into wires to work it in with the blue, the purple, the scarlet, and the fine linen, the work of the skillful workman. They made shoulder straps for it, joined together. It was joined together at the two ends. The skillfully woven band that was on it, with which to fasten it on, was of the same piece, like its work, of gold, of blue, purple, scarlet, and fine twined linen, as Yahweh commanded Moses. They worked the onyx stones, enclosed in settings of gold, engraved with the engravings of a signet according to the names of the children of Israel. He put them on the shoulder straps of the ephod, to be stones of memorial for the children of Israel, as Yahweh commanded Moses. He made the breastplate, the work of a skillful workman, like the work of the ephod, of gold, of blue, purple, scarlet, and fine twined linen. It was square. They made the breastplate double. Its length was a span, and its width a span, being double. They set it in 4 rows of stones. A row of ruby, topaz, and beryl was the first row, and the second row a turquoise, a sapphire, and an emerald, and the third row a jacinth, an agate, and an amethyst, and the fourth row a chrysolite, an onyx, and a jasper. They were enclosed in gold settings. The stones were according to the names of the children of Israel, 12 according to their names, like the engravings of a signet, every one according to his name for the 12 tribes. They made on the breastplate chains like cords of braided work of pure gold. They made 2 settings of gold and 2 gold rings, and put the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the breastplate. They put the 2 braided chains of gold and the 2 rings at the ends of the breastplate. The other 2 ends of the 2 braided chains they put on the 2 settings, and put them on the shoulder straps of the ephod in its front. They made 2 rings of gold and put them on the 2 ends of the breastplate, on its edge, which was toward the side of the ephod inward. They made 2 more rings of gold and put them on the 2 shoulder straps of the ephod underneath, in its front, close by its coupling, above the skillfully woven band of the ephod. They bound the breastplate by its rings to the rings of the ephod with a lace of blue, that it might be on the skillfully woven band of the ephod, and that the breastplate might not come loose from the ephod, as Yahweh commanded Moses. He made the robe of the ephod of woven work, all of blue. The opening of the robe in the middle of it was like the opening of a coat of mail, with a binding around its opening, that it should not be torn. They made on the skirts of the robe pomegranates of blue, purple, scarlet, and twined linen. They made bells of pure gold, and put the bells between the pomegranates around the skirts of the robe, between the pomegranates, a bell and a pomegranate, a bell and a pomegranate, around the skirts of the robe, to minister in, as Yahweh commanded Moses. They made the tunics of fine linen of woven work for Aaron and for his sons, the turban of fine linen, the linen headbands of fine linen, the linen trousers of fine twined linen, the sash of fine twined linen, blue, purple, and scarlet, the work of the embroiderer, as Yahweh commanded Moses. They made the plate of the holy crown of pure gold, and wrote on it an inscription, like the engravings of a signet, Holy to Yahweh. They tied to it a lace of blue, to fasten it on the turban above, as Yahweh commanded Moses. All right, that's it. A little shorter today, about at 15 minutes here. I think I'm going to wrap it up. Don't know if I got a whole lot to say about that particular section. I mean, it's kind of the third time that we've read it together, or the description. First the commands, and then the communication of the commands, and then the execution of the commands. And it's got to be important because it's repeated 3 times, right? And it's very specific, and the gems and things like that. But yeah, sometimes I don't see all of that. But that's not the point. What is the point? Point is, we are establishing a habit of Bible intake, Bible reading, dedicating ourselves to the Lord and to His Word and to His work. And that's what we're doing. So thank you very much for listening. As always, show notes are at Not Many Noble. You can find us at on Instagram, Not Many Noble, Facebook, Not Many Noble. You can find me, J.W. Goble, Goble writer. That's my Twitter handle. I used to have a gazillion, chopped them all down. Now I'm only doing 1. So if you want to get in touch, that is the way. Thank you for listening, and I will catch you tomorrow.